All right, so ready to dive into another wild week in AI.
Absolutely. This week felt less like reading headlines and more like watching a sci-fi movie unfold.
No kidding.
Mhm.
And speaking of sci-fi, OpenAI is a good place to start. First, they dropped the bomb that they're going full on for profit.
Yeah, I mean, not totally unheard of in the tech world, but the details on this one, wow. Got people talking for sure.
It's that potential payday for Sam Altman that's got everyone buzzing. We're talking maybe a 7% stake, which could be worth, wait for it, $10.5 billion. So that's got everyone wondering, is this about pushing AI forward or just pushing up Altman's bank account? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a double-edged sword, right? That much money, it's like rocket fuel for research. Could attract even more investors, speed things up like crazy. But then there's the other side, the what if that's always looming with AI. Does chasing profits mean ethical considerations take a back seat?
It's a tough question, no doubt. And speaking of things that make you go, right after that news dropped, OpenAI's CTO and their chief research officer both out the door. They say it's all good, but that timing.
Suspicious, to say the least, especially in AI. Everything's moving so fast, it's a pressure cooker. I mean, this is a field where breakthroughs are happening faster than some people can keep up with. Definitely something to watch, how much turnover there is at the top.
For sure. But even with all that going on, Altman drops this blog post, The Intelligence Age. Talks about a future where we've got personalized AI teams, AI tutors for every kid. Even throws out the phrase, super intelligence in a few thousand days. I don't know about you, but I'm getting both excited and a little freaked out.
It's a bold vision, no question. And it makes you confront some big what ifs about AI's role, like personalized education. Sounds amazing on paper, but how do you actually roll that out for everyone? How do you make sure it's fair? Those are the questions we need to be asking now, not later.
Exactly. Okay, time for a hard swerve, though. Let's talk about Meta because their Connect 2024 event, man, they went all in on AI. Zuckerberg, he's betting the farm, it seems.
Connect 2024, now that was a show. Zuckerberg wants AI woven into everything Meta does, and they're not wasting any time. Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, if you use it, it's getting an AI makeover.
Sounds like they're rebuilding the whole company with AI as the foundation.
Pretty much, and one word they kept hammering on was multimodal. Basically, AI that gets text, images, audio, all of it, it can work with all these different types of information. Opens up a world of possibilities.
Speaking of new worlds, they unveiled this Meta voice thing. Imagine chatting with an AI using celebrity voices. Kristen Bell, John Cena, even Dame Judi Dench. But here's the kicker. Kristen Bell, she's been pretty vocal against Meta using her data for AI in the past. Now she's lending them her voice.
Yeah, that's AI in a nutshell, isn't it? It's complicated. On one hand, it's a chance to make money, do something creatively different. But then there's the whole consent issue, the fear of being replaced, the lines between real and fake getting blurred. We need to be talking about this stuff a lot more as a society.
100% agree. And while we're on the topic of Meta pushing boundaries, we got to talk about Project Orion.
Yes, Project Orion. Meta's answer to Apple's Vision Pro, but with this big emphasis on, like, actually wearing it every day. These aren't your clunky VR goggles. We're talking AR glasses that could pass for regular ones. Imagine making calls, browsing, playing crazy realistic AR games, all while looking like you're just wearing glasses.
Now that sounds straight out of the future.
It does, doesn't it? But it's closer than we think, and just think about what that means. How we talk to each other, how we consume information, how we see the world. It's huge.
Okay, talk about blurring the lines between reality and sci-fi. Get this. James Cameron, the guy behind Terminator, Avatar, Titanic, all of them, he just teamed up with Stability AI. The director who gave us some of the most iconic AI moments on film is now officially on Team AI. What do you make of that?
It's huge. Cameron, he's not just a director, he's a Hollywood heavyweight. And he's always been fascinated by AI, the good and the bad. Him joining Stability AI, it gives them instant credibility, could change how Hollywood views AI as a whole. This is a big deal.
Especially now with all the tension in Hollywood about using AI in filmmaking. This feels like maybe, just maybe, a peace offering.
We'll see how it plays out. But one thing's for sure, it's just the beginning.
And speaking of beginnings, let's jump from Hollywood to something that'll have real-world consequences for all of us, AI regulation. All eyes are on California right now because Governor Newsom has a big decision to make about this AI bill, SB 147.
This bill could really shake things up, not just in California, but for AI regulation globally. Basically, it'd make the people creating AI responsible if their creations cause major harm, even if they weren't directly involved.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, right? On one side, you've got the tech giants worried about being stifled, too many rules, they say, and innovation dies. Then you've got the other side saying we need strong safeguards. got to protect ourselves from AI going rogue, and stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Governor Newsom trying to keep everyone happy, especially some of California's biggest industries.
It really shows you how hard it is to regulate something as powerful and fast-moving as AI. The economic impact, the effect on society, the potential for good and bad, it's a lot to unpack. Whatever Newsom decides, it's going to have ripple effects way beyond California.
Talk about pressure. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Google's been busy, especially with their AI research assistant, Notebook LM.
That thing's more than just a note-taking app. Think of it like a super-powered research partner. Summarizes documents, generates ideas, even creates podcasts from your notes. They just added some seriously cool stuff in the latest update, too, like handling audio and video, feed it a meeting recording, a YouTube video, boom, it'll give you summaries, timelines, even full-blown podcast episodes.
Wow, okay, now that's impressive. It's like having an AI assistant that learns from anything you throw at it.
Exactly. Imagine students using it to catch up on lectures, researchers making sense of mountains of data, even podcasters like us using it to analyze interviews and plan out episodes.
Hold on, now you're talking about replacing us? Just kidding. Mostly. Seriously, though, it does show how AI can work with us, make us better at what we do, open up possibilities we haven't even thought of yet. But Google's not done. They're making moves with their Gemini AI models, too.
Oh yeah, they're going big on Gemini, expanding what it can do while also dropping the price. Clearly, they want Gemini to be the go-to AI, especially with all the competition. By making it more affordable, they're hoping developers and businesses will choose Gemini to power their own products and services.
Sounds like the AI battle is heating up. Google, Meta, they're the big names, but others are jumping in too. Snapchat, they partnered with Google to use Gemini's tech in their My AI chatbot.
Smart move by Snapchat. They get to tap into Google's AI expertise, and Gemini's ability to understand different types of information will make their chatbot way more powerful. Conversations will feel more natural, and it could even lead to those super personalized recommendations that everyone's after.
It seems like tech is getting better at knowing what we want, sometimes even before we do. But it's not all about pushing the limits. Some companies are focused on making AI safer. Microsoft, they say they've got this new AI safety tool that can practically get rid of hallucinations.
Now that would be huge. Hallucinations, those moments where AI just makes stuff up, they've been a real pain with these large language models. They can sound so convincing but get the facts totally wrong, which can have big consequences. Microsoft's calling their tool correction, and they say it can spot and rewrite those inaccuracies in real time.
So it's like having a built-in fact checker for your AI, which is pretty essential these days, right?
Absolutely, especially with so much information flying around.
And speaking of new players, did you hear about AMD? The chip-making giant, they've jumped into the AI game with their own language model, AMD 135 meter.
Yeah, it's still early days, but the size of that model hints that it's meant to run locally on devices, think smartphones and tablets. It's part of this trend of putting AI power directly into our devices instead of relying on the cloud. Means faster AI experiences and less worrying about our data floating around who knows where.
It's amazing how AI is finding its way into every nook and cranny of our lives. Even specialized fields like music production are seeing cool advancements. SoundDraw, the AI music platform, just gave their pro users a new cropping feature.
Might seem small, but it's a big deal for musicians. They can now precisely fine-tune the beginning and end of their AI-generated tracks. No more clunky transitions, just a clean, professional sound. A small tweak with a big impact.
It goes to show how AI tools are always getting better, even in areas you wouldn't expect. Now, on the security front, Cloudflare's come up with a new AI audit tool to fight off those pesky, malicious bots.
This is a game changer for anyone who has a website. Now, not all bots are bad, but some are designed to cause trouble scraping data, spamming, even launching those nasty DDoS attacks that can take down websites. Cloudflare's tool is like a watchdog, sniffing out and blocking these harmful bots so that only legit traffic gets through.
Like having a digital bouncer at the door of your website, keeping the riffraff out.
Exactly.
So we've got companies building shields and companies building swords, but some are focused on using AI to make our lives better and more fun. Take Duolingo, the language learning app. They just launched 2 new AI-powered features, an adventure game and a video call feature.
Both are about making language learning more fun and effective. The adventure game throws users into this immersive world where they can practice their skills in a fun, interactive way. And the video call feature lets users have conversations with an AI bot that sounds like a real person, perfect for practicing real-world conversations without the pressure.
It's like having a personal language tutor available anytime, anywhere. But with all the hype around AI, we can't forget that some people are going to abuse it. Luckily, organizations like the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, are on the case, cracking down on companies making false claims about their AI.
It's a good reminder that AI, as amazing as it can be, isn't magic. And some companies will try to pull a fast one, especially with a hot new technology. The FTC is sending a message, we're watching, and we'll call you out if you're trying to scam people with phony AI promises.
They put a stop to one company claiming to offer AI legal services and another one running a shady e-commerce scheme, all dressed up as AI-powered, of course. It's a good reminder to be careful, do your research, and don't believe everything you read, especially when it comes to AI.
Yeah, take it all with a grain of salt. Just because something says AI power doesn't mean it's as advanced as they want you to believe. Ask questions, read reviews, don't be afraid to dig a little deeper.
Solid advice for navigating the world of tech in general, really. We've talked about the big, attention-grabbing AI stories, but some of the most important developments are happening quietly in the background. Google DeepMind, for example, they've been doing some incredible work with their Alpha Chip program in the field of computer chip design.
Talk about meta, right? AI designing the very technology that powers AI. AlphaChip is creating chips specifically optimized for AI tasks. Those chips can then be used to train even more powerful AI models. It's like AI is giving birth to even smarter AI.
Mind-blowing, isn't it? This week alone has shown us just how far-reaching AI's impact is, from the everyday things we take for granted to these mind-bending advancements that seem straight out of science fiction. AI is not just a tool anymore. It's becoming the driving force behind the creation of even more powerful and sophisticated tools.
It really shows you how we're moving into this whole new era. AI isn't just a tool anymore. It's like the master craftsman creating even more powerful tools.
It's a lot to process, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But this week has proven one thing. The AI revolution is here. It's happening now. We've seen big companies making power plays, groundbreaking products dropping left and right, even these deep philosophical questions about what intelligence and creativity really mean. This stuff's going to touch every part of our lives sooner than later.
And it's all happening so fast. We got to approach this with open minds, but not blindly. Ask the tough questions, look at the good and the bad. That's how we shape this thing for the better.
Couldn't agree more. It's not about being scared of AI or worshiping it. It's about understanding it, guiding it, making sure it's a force for good in the world. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's your biggest takeaway from this week's AI news? What really stuck with you?
For me, it's that AI isn't some far-off fantasy anymore. It's here, right now, evolving at an insane speed. And it's already changing our lives, even in ways we don't realize yet.
That's a powerful thought, and it reminds us why it's so important to stay informed no matter what your background is. This isn't just about the newest gadgets or apps. It's about how we work, how we learn, how we connect with each other. Ultimately, it's about how we shape the future, our future.
Exactly. We're at a turning point. The decisions we make today, they're going to echo for generations to come.
Exhilarating and a little terrifying, all at the same time.
Absolutely. But if we keep talking to each other, thinking critically, and never stop learning, we can handle this new era with both excitement and a little bit of wisdom.
Well said. And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. As you go about your week, pay attention to all the little ways AI is already a part of your life. The recommendations you see online, the features on your phone, it's all around us, so keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions, and most importantly, keep the conversation going. Because the future of AI, it's not predetermined, it's being written right now by the choices we make every day.